Hey there, Liliana. I'm so sorry to ask, but do you think you could send about $500 to my bank account? I'd really appreciate it. I ended up doing way more shopping than I thought I would last month, so I need just a bit more money than usual.
But I already send you $1,000 a month, Mom. I really don't think I can afford to give you any more. You'll just have to make do with what I gave you this month.
Excuse me, what is the matter with you? Are you really telling your own mother she has to go back to work?
Mom, you're not even that old. You just stopped working well before retirement age. I really think you could still handle even just a part-time job. Please stop always coming to me when you need money.
How dare you talk to your mother that way? You really are so selfish, you know that? I finally free myself of having kids or any other obligations around the house, and you demand that an old lady like me go back to work because you're too lazy to give me some help. You really want me to just work myself to the bone until I drop dead, don't you?
Mom, I'm really happy that you have time to do things that you've been wanting to do. But the fact of the matter is that I have my limits, and I'm already sending you the absolute maximum of money that I can afford. So it's not a matter of wanting to, I simply can't afford to send you $500 more this month.
Oh, come on, you're still young. Surely you have some savings that you could withdraw money from, right? You can always make the money back, but I need that kind of money right now. Come on, don't you realize that you owe me for all I've done for you over the years? I had to raise you all by myself, and I put everything into raising you, and this is how you choose to repay me?
Mom, of course, I'm very grateful for all that you've done for me over the years. I know that Dad died early and you had no one else to help raise me, but you can't talk to me like I'm not already sending you money every month. Not only that, but I've been doing so for the past 7 years. I've been sending you $1,000 every month for the past 7 years. Are you really going to turn around and tell me that I haven't been showing enough gratitude?
Of course not. You really think that's remotely enough money to cover all that I've done for you? If you really cared about me, you would be sending me at least $2,000 a month. But you're always telling me how you can barely even afford to pay me half of that. So why don't you quit whining and just give me the money that I'm asking for? Consider it a bonus for all the time I spent raising you.
Hey, Vanessa, are you there? I was just wondering about how the job hunt was going. The thing is, I would really appreciate it if you could help send some money home to Mom.
Hold on a second. You mean I'm going to have to start sending my money to Mom too? I'm sorry, but I just don't think that's going to work for me at all. Besides, I still haven't managed to find a job, so...
You mean you still haven't even gotten a job offer? Have you been applying even? You graduated from college over 3 years ago now. The least you could do is find a part-time job or something. After all, you've been living with Mom this whole time. When are you finally going to find a place to work?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I don't really feel like going out and finding a job. I would only even begin to consider taking a position where I'm making at least $3,000 a month. Not only that, but I'm going to need a lot of vacation time on top of that.
Vanessa, I really don't think that you're going to find any job that's going to give you everything you want for an entry-level position. You have to be a little more realistic and be willing to work for those perks. Please, I really can't afford to send Mom any more money. The least you could do is try and contribute a little bit since you're living with her. It would really help me out.
And just why is it my problem if you're not working hard enough to be able to afford to help Mom out? Besides, if you must know, I'm out trying to find a rich man to marry, so don't say I'm not doing my part. Once I find a guy who is loaded, I'll make him fall in love with me, and then I'll take care of Mom by myself.
Are you kidding me? Is that really your plan to help our mom?
Of course, I realized that only suckers go out and find jobs for a living. I'm just going to live off my husband's salary instead. So that's why I'm going out every night trying to put myself out there and find the perfect man.
Actually, I remember you telling me about doing this a while ago, so that means that you haven't made any progress on that front either. Are you seriously just wasting all your time waiting for Mr. Right to come fall into your lap so you won't have to work? Is that really all you want to do with your life?
You know, I actually did find someone special once, but we ended up breaking up. He was way too stingy for my liking. He had the gall to tell me no when I demanded he keep buying me gifts. So obviously, he wasn't nearly as rich as he let himself on to be, and that's why I'm still out looking.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. How can you seriously say that that's your life plan?
I'll have you know that I've been gifted bags and clothes worth thousands of dollars by potential suitors. In fact, the last present my boyfriend gave me was a $1,000 necklace. And that was actually the cheapest of the things that he had bought me. It's not easy trying to work out here.
Well, if all you're really doing is seeing this man to get them to buy you things, then it doesn't even sound like you're going to get married. And that means that I'm still going to be the only one sending money to Mom for a long time.
Don't be ready to give up so quickly. You should know that I've actually found a guy who I feel really good about and who's super rich. So I think you might not actually have to even wait that much longer before I'm married.
Oh yeah? You mean you found someone who you think will actually get married to?
That's right. But if this is going to work, you need to send Mom and I a bit more money this month. After all, putting in the work to keep a rich guy's attention isn't cheap, you know. I know that Mom is already asking for another $500. But I think if you add an extra $1,000 on top of that for me, then we should be fine.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious about that, right? You know that I can't even begin to afford sending you that much. I'm already at my limit sending Mom $1,000 every month. That's why I came to you to ask for help in the first place. But you two just keep treating me as if I'm some kind of infinite ATM.
Oh, trust me, neither of us think of you that way. You're way too cheap for that. And if you're going to take that tone with me, then things aren't going to go well for you. Maybe I'd just choose to continue not helping even after I'm actually married. What do you think of that? Liliana, are you there? Your sister is engaged. She's going to be getting married. Not only that, but her fiancé is really rich and runs his own company. Isn't that amazing? She is struck gold.
You mean that Vanessa has actually found a rich man willing to marry her? Are you serious?
Why are you sounding so surprised? It's obvious that a cute girl like her would be able to find a man like that with no problem. After all, she went to college, comes from a good family, and she's a looker. She's an all-around catch. Now I can finally be free and stop having to rely on your stinginess just to get by.
You mean that Vanessa agreed that she would start giving you money every month too?
Well, Vanessa isn't going to be doing so, but her husband certainly is. And he's going to be giving me $3,000 a month, too. Oh, I'm so happy that my daughter finally found a rich man to marry. All my dreams are coming true.
Wow, he's seriously going to give you that much money every single month?
That's right, and it's all thanks to the hard work your sister put in looking for a man, and she may have told a couple white lies about me to ease the process.
White lies? What do you mean? What kind of lies did she tell you about?
Oh, she just told her husband that your father was a horrible gambling addict who left us with tons of debt that I couldn't pay. And about how I had to raise you two all on my own, and how you moved out of the house and hardly ever help us at all, despite us begging you to. Apparently, your sister was convincing enough to want to make her husband step up and take care of his new mother-in-law. And that's when he offered to send me as much money as I would need to live comfortably.
Now hold on just a second there. You told this guy that your late husband, my dad, was nothing but a gambling addict?
I mean, all I did was stretch the truth a little bit. After all, your dad did used to buy lottery tickets now and then.
So then you besmirched the memory of your own late husband just to make some money? Not only that, but you even lied to your new son-in-law just to exploit him.
Oh, I know, isn't it perfect? And now I'm going to get all the money I could ever want in the world.
Mom, I can't believe you would do something like this.
Oh, please, you certainly aren't in a position to start making complaints to me. You had your chance to take care of me, and you failed. Maybe if you had done your job better, then I wouldn't have been forced into a position where I had to lie.
So you're really going to try and pin all of this on me? I don't know what to say. I've worked so hard to support for the past 7 years, and you act like it's nothing.
Oh, please, you were only sending me $1,000 a month. Don't act like you were so special. But now I don't need your money anymore. I've found a new source of income, and I'm never going to let him go. So anyways, now that I have no need for you, don't bother talking to me anymore.
Wait, what? You mean you don't even want to talk to me?
Of course not. Oh, and by the way, you should know that your sister's wedding is today. Not that there's a seat for you here anyway. You can just sit at home doing nothing but thinking about how you failed me.
Wait, what? Vanessa's going to be getting married today? But, I mean, why is this the first time that I'm hearing about this? Why wouldn't she tell me? Does she really not care whether I'm there or not?
Of course not. Her husband thinks that you're a selfish woman who abandoned your family. If he found out the truth, then it would ruin our plan for him to pay me what I need. So you just be a good girl and keep out of this.
So you not only ruined the reputation of my dad, but you also lied about me just for money.
That's right, and we're not going to tell him any more information about you. He knows what he needs to, and that's enough. If he found out any more about you, then it might ruin my image as a poor old woman abandoned by everyone but her one loyal daughter. That's the narrative that we've come up with, and we're not going to let you come here and ruin it.
But it's a lie! You're just lying to this man to steal from him.
Oh, please, it's just another stretching of the truth is all. Besides, it's quite fun acting like someone who you're really not.
So after all this time and effort I put into taking care of you and Vanessa for the past 7 years, this is how you thank me? I can't believe that I really matter so little to you that I'm just being sold out like this. And now I'm not even invited to my own sister's wedding because I'm supposed to be this big villain?
Well, it's not like you even have clothes ready to go to a wedding, right? Besides, I know that you hardly have any money, so it's not like you could go out and get some.
And whose fault do you think it is that I haven't been able to save up any money for myself? It's your fault. It's because I've been paying for you for the past 7 years of my life.
And you've done such a brilliant job doing what you could for me. But the fact of the matter is that it was never enough, and now I don't need you anymore.
Well, fine then. I won't go to Vanessa's wedding. I can see I'm not wanted there anyway.
Yes, that's what I've been telling you from the very start. Nobody wants or needs you around anymore. In fact, you're better off never talking to your sister or I again. You'd just be dead weight and a liability at this point.
Fine. If that's the way you want things to happen, then I'll do as you say. You won't ever see me again. In fact, don't even think of me as your daughter anymore. Got it?
Oh, I'll gladly do that. It works so much better for my new tragic backstory. Anyways, I'm off to enjoy what is sure to be a spectacular wedding. Have a nice life.
Oh, trust me, you're not the only one looking forward to this. But I'm not so sure that the wedding is going to go as planned. You'll find out what I mean soon enough, though.
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, it's nothing you need to know about for now. But you should know that I'm going to send Vanessa a little wedding present. And hope for the happiness of the newlyweds.
Liliana, what did you do? Where is your sister? Why isn't she here yet? I've tried calling and texting her and she isn't picking up. Do you have any idea at all where she could be?
Oh no, the bride has gone missing on her big day. I wonder what could have happened.
I'm serious. She is supposed to be getting married today. The fiancé is panicking and the whole wedding is falling apart. What did you do? I know that you had something to do with this. Oh, I'll have to go to the police and report your sister missing now.
Calm down, Mom. I really don't think there's any need to go that far. We just have something to talk about, and then I'll let Vanessa go. She'll make it to her wedding, though, don't worry.
Talk about something? What do you mean? I knew that you had something to do with this. You tell me where your sister is and what you've done to her right now.
Oh, I don't know where she is right now, but I know who she's with. I believe it's an old boyfriend of hers, actually.
You mean to tell me that your sister is with an ex-boyfriend on the day of her wedding?
That's right, and by the time we're done talking, she should be on her way. But Vanessa's actually there with this man to apologize to him.
Okay, now I really have no idea what you're talking about. You mean to tell me that she is missing her own wedding to apologize to some old ex-boyfriend of hers?
That's right, she's apologizing for betraying him over and over again. Honestly, even I feel bad for him. Sounds like Vanessa managed to squeeze tens of thousands of dollars out of him while cheating on him. It really is quite a sad situation if you ask me.
Hold on a second. You mean that your sister was having an affair with one of her exes?
That's right, I actually got a message from someone saying that he was an ex of hers and he told me the whole thing. He told me they actually had already been engaged to be married apparently. But that when the conversation turned to actually planning the event, she would always change the subject. In the end, Vanessa dumped the guy because he wouldn't stop talking about getting married. After that, Vanessa stopped talking to him completely and it became clear to him that she was only after his money.
But I had no idea about any of this at all.
Anyways, he reached out to me to try and talk to her. All I did was give him Vanessa's new number. I think that he knew that she was going to be married, although he told me that he didn't blame her if she really wanted to get married to another man. He just wanted closure with her, and that's why you have nothing to worry about in terms of Vanessa making it to her wedding on time.
And you're telling me that that's why the bride isn't at her own wedding right now?
I think he just wants to be paid back what he's owed from his fake relationship.
And you really have no idea where your sister is at all right now? You need to tell me if you do so I can go and get her.
I really don't have a clue where she could be, Mom, but I'm sure she'll be back soon enough.
Sis, are you there? You have to help me, please. I need you to give me some money. I'm with an ex here, and he says that he's not going to let me go out until I've paid him back. But if I can't go out now, then I'm going to miss my wedding.
And just what do you think I can do about any of this, huh? Maybe you should ask your fiancé for money. After all, he was nice enough to offer Mom $3,000 a month, right?
Are you crazy? I can't go and talk to my fiancé about this. My ex is asking for $100,000.
You mean you scammed a man out of that much money?
I didn't scam anything. They were gifts for me. But now he's saying I have to pay them back since it was only under the assumption we were going to be getting married. He's accusing me of fraud. Can you believe it? Not only that, but he knows that I was seeing someone behind his back. If my fiancé finds out that he was the other man for a while, then it might blow up my marriage. So please, I really need your help right now.
Nah, it sounds to me like you need to get out of this mess yourself. Leave me out of it.
You can't do this to me. I really need your help, please. Once I'm married, I can pay you back for everything. I just really need some money right now.
I'm sorry, but you've been getting money from me for the past 7 years. You and Mom have sucked me dry, and I don't feel like helping out either of you right now.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm really not. If you took all this money from this man under a false premise, then you should pay it back. No matter what happens, it really isn't my business. If your wedding falls apart, then that's on you. Anyways, good luck and have a nice life. In the end, Vanessa and my mom tried going to relatives and trying to borrow money, but nobody wanted to help them. Instead, they all wanted to know why I had been unceremoniously kicked out of the family by them. The rest of the family were very upset and said that they were going to stop talking to my mom and Vanessa instead. With no other way to get Vanessa out of her pickle, her marriage fell apart and her fiancé canceled their engagement when she didn't show up to the wedding. I hear that Vanessa and my mom have since had to find jobs. Of course, with no real experience, they can only find very low-paying part-time work. They even had to sell their house and moved into a tiny apartment together, where they barely scrape enough money together to make ends meet. All of that being made more difficult by the debt Vanessa owes to her ex-boyfriend who forced her to sign a contract guaranteeing repayment of her debt.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey, are you Brian's wife? Because I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be taking care of him from now on. But you know that he's always such a wishy-washy guy, so I really hope that you don't blame him. Don't worry though, I'll make sure to make him very, very happy. Sorry, who am I speaking to right now? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, right, I should have introduced myself first. I'm Brian's ex-girlfriend, Miranda. I'm also the person who he's dating the longest out of all the other girls he's known. I'm sure you've heard about me already. Your name is Miranda. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I can't remember Brian ever mentioning knowing a girl like you. Wait, what? You mean that Brian hasn't even mentioned me once? Well, that's still no problem. Maybe he just didn't want you hearing about how close we were as a couple because he didn't want to make you jealous as his current girl. He was probably just hiding me from you because he knew that you didn't even compare. Okay, you seriously need to slow down and stop all of this nonsense. So, your name is Miranda and you're one of Brian's exes, right? Just why are you even reaching out to talk to me in the first place? Why? Well, there's not any particular reason, I guess. I just wanted to know about what kind of girl Brian got with after him and I broke up. He can really have a really interesting taste in women from time to time, so it's my job to make sure that he's making good choices. And you think that that's appropriate for you to do as his ex? I think most people don't do that to people they used to date. I don't remember you telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing, thank you. We might have been broken up, but we're still good friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. All I'm doing is being worried like any good friend would, and I can see that he's picked a very surprising girl to get married to. I thought he would have married someone beautiful, and I have to say that I'm just shocked.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
Well, I only mentioned because I think I left quite an impact on his taste from when we were dating. I just thought that he would have married someone strong-willed and clever. Someone special, you know. But I guess he just ended up with some totally basic chick. Funny how life works like that, right?
Well, I guess that I'm sorry for not being the girl that you expected me to be, but you did just admit that Brian did marry me. So I might not know just how close you two were before, but all of that is in the past, and I hope that you realize all of that.
Oh, wow, maybe you're a bit more impressive than I thought. It's almost cute. But I can tell just from this conversation that you're the type of woman who is always trying to solve your husband's problems for him, right? I really, really hate those kinds of girls. You need to be more kind to Brian, but let him spread out his wings on his own, you know?
I don't need you telling me how I should be treating my husband, thank you very much.
Well, fine. Then congrats on getting married or whatever. Save my number just in case you need a hand with anything in the future. For instance, if you two get into a fight, you can just come to me and I'll make Brian feel better afterwards. After all, I know him better than anyone, and that means that I know how to calm him down better than anyone, including you.
Hey Brian, are you there? I was just curious if you know a woman named Miranda. I think that maybe you two used to date each other.
Miranda? No, I'm sorry, Im, but I don't think I've ever dated a Miranda. Though now that I'm thinking about it, I do have an old friend named Miranda, but we never dated or anything. But what made you want to ask me this all of a sudden?
Well, I think this Miranda girl that you know actually just reached out and messaged me, and she introduced herself as your ex-girlfriend.
Wait, really? That Miranda sent you a message?
Yeah, she said that she was your ex-girlfriend and she was worried about the kind of woman you were married to. And then she went on to say a bunch of other rude things as well. She seemed to really be concerned about how her ex was doing, and she kept talking about you as if she knew you really well. I don't know, I think she was trying to flex on me as your ex or something like that.
Wait just a second. So then, Miranda was really telling you that we used to date?
That's what I said, yes. But now you're telling me that you two never dated, so I don't know what to believe. I don't like whatever is going on, and I just want the truth, so be straight with me, Brian.
Emily, I promise you that I'm just as confused as you are. Besides, I was telling the truth when I said that we never ever dated.
You mean it? You two were never a thing at all?
Oh, we were classmates together from middle school on, and even were in the same after-school clubs too, so we did hang out a lot and spend a lot of time together. Though she was always acting more like a fussy mother than she was a friend, you know. She was always trying to do things for me and take care of me.
So then, it sounds like you two were actually quite close then.
Oh, we were. And I will say that other classmates would tease us and say that we looked like a couple, but I swear to you that we did not date. I'm not even sure that she looked at me as a potential person to date. I always felt like she saw me as more her kid or something like that.
And you don't know any of other Mirandas from your past that might be lurking around?
As far as I know, that's the only Miranda that I've known. But we both ended up going to different colleges and didn't really keep in touch after that. And ever since then, I don't think I've ever met another Miranda. But I guess she was trying to use our old friendship to try and get something out of you.
But why would she come to me with this when I don't even know who she is? I mean, I've never even seen a picture of this woman. I'll be honest, I was kind of scared.
I'm sorry, Emily. I wasn't trying to make light of this. It's just a bad joke.
Well, I hope you don't mind me asking, but I have to know for myself. You promised me that you and Miranda aren't talking at all right now, and you haven't seen her since finishing high school.
I swear to you, since we both left for college, I haven't spoken to Miranda at all. Wait, that's not... entirely true. There was one school reunion for middle school where her and I were both there, but so were all of our other classmates, and there was so much happening that day that we didn't even really get to talk.
Well then, just why is she coming out of nowhere to bother me? I don't like it. It doesn't feel right.
I agree. It sounds like she's up to something, and I don't like it. I think you and I'll have to just be a little more careful for the time being.
Hello there, Emily. It's been a while since we've last talked, right? How are you? It's me, by the way. Brian's ex, Miranda. Hello, Miranda. Yes, it's been a while since you and I last spoke, hasn't it? May I ask why you're messaging me today? Well, I actually have a really big announcement I just have to tell you. I feel so sorry for you, but I'm overjoyed because Brian and I have gotten back together. And that means that he doesn't need you anymore, so you can just get lost. Excuse me? What are you talking about this time? I mean that I want you to divorce Brian from me right now. After that, him and I can go out and get married. So I'll give you until the end of the day to get all the paperwork done. Are you kidding me right now? Did you really just message me to tell me to leave my husband? And do you really think I buy that you two have gone back together? Can you just leave me alone? I don't have time for this nonsense. Nonsense? And just what makes you think that any of this is nonsense? I know that it's tough to accept, but it's the truth, and you need to face it. Because I am telling you the truth. Brian and I have really gotten back together. Although I always knew that he always still had feelings for me, so I'm not surprised at all. But it was him who came to me asking if we could get back together. Are you serious? You're telling me Brian searched you to be out with you? Well, I'm sure you noticed that this is the first time we talked in a while, right? The reason for that is because after we talked the last time, Brian reached out to me and asked if I liked to meet up with him. So we went out to a bar, just the two of us, had some drinks, and Brian used the liquid courage to confess his feelings for me. But again, I always knew that he'd never given up on me, so I knew it was a matter of time before this happened. I seriously doubt that Brian would ever go and do something like that. And I have no idea when he would have the time to sneak off to a bar to talk to you. Well, of course you wouldn't know about any of this, would you? I mean, do you really think that a husband would just tell his wife that he's going to go out and grab drinks with an ex? So then you're telling me that Brian kept all of that a secret from me and did actually go out to meet you? Not only that, but even though he has a wife, he still confessed having feelings for you. Yes, I'm afraid that you've described it exactly well. I tried to turn him down at first, but I didn't want to be a homewrecker or anything like that. I told him that he had to let go of a beautiful girl like me and just focus on his wife instead. But then he told me that he didn't care what happened to you. So when I realized that he wasn't going to be changing his mind, I had no choice but to get back together with him. Oh, please, don't try to make it sound like you were forced into doing this. And know that I have no intention of hanging Brian over to you and all. Well, you say that, but Brian has already made the decision for himself. So I'm so sorry to ruin your marriage, but it's what Brian wants, and I don't think you have the right to deny him that. I seriously can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Well, it doesn't matter whether or not you do, because it's the truth and we're back together now. You're just in the way, so just get lost already. I just want you to know that Brian is here and is cracking up at all you're saying. What do you mean by that? I mean that Brian is laughing about you claiming that you and him got back together. His face is literally turning blue, he's laughing so much. Laughing at what? What are you even talking about? Brian is here with me right now. How can he be next to you? I'm sorry, but Brian is here with me, his wife. And we're actually on our honeymoon right now in Tahiti. What do you mean? I don't understand what's going on. It means that no matter how many times you tell me to leave Brian, it isn't going to happen. Anyways, we're going to be out of the country for a couple of weeks, so you two are really on your honeymoon right now. That's right, and Brian still hasn't stopped laughing at this business you just tried pulling. He remembered you well, but only as an old friend. Certainly not any kind of girlfriend. And the reason I knew you were lying about him meeting in a bar because he's sick after just getting a couple of drinks. Sure, we've had a few drinks here and there on vacation, but he would never drink to the point that he's saying things like what you said he did.
Now, hold on just a second. This doesn't make any sense. How are you two going on your honeymoon when Brian has already taken me back? He's mine. He shouldn't be going on a honeymoon with you at all.
For the last time, Miranda, I'm not yours and we did not get back together. I don't know what fantasy world you've been living in, but you really need to wake up. But did you really think that I would ever want to get with a fussy woman like you? I mean, some of the stuff you were saying was making me crack up so much that my stomach hurt. I mean, there was no way that you were being serious about that stuff, right?
How can you say something like that? I know that you're with your wife, so you have to be careful with what you say. But you confessed to me. You told me that you wanted to get together with me, and that's a fact.
Wait a second. What I told you was that I would always want to be your friend. You were the one who misconstrued that to mean that I wanted to date you.
You mean you just want to stay as friends?
But I don't get why you had to lie about you and I going out to get a drink. And yeah, I did reach out and invite you to a bar, but you left out the part where the rest of our middle school class was there. I invited everyone out to see if they would want to catch up, but again, you totally warped what actually was happening.
No, this can't be happening.
And yeah, I had some drinks, but not many because I'm so weak. And because of that, I remember everything that happened that night. Although I will say that it was fun getting to hang out with everyone, and I was thinking about doing it more regularly. And yeah, we sat next to each other and talked, but I wasn't confessing my love to you.
But I could see the passion in your eyes. I could see all the memories we had come flooding back. That's when you knew that I was always the right girl for you. That's when you realized you were still madly in love with me.
No, not at all. How did you even get any of that out of what I was saying to you? I mean, we couldn't even get back together if I wanted to, because we were never even dating in the first place. I don't have any lingering feelings here, because they were never there in the first place. We never, ever had any sort of romantic connection, so I got no idea what you've been talking about.
No, that can't be true. You're lying, because you're with your wife.
I'm not at all. Even at the get-together, you were trying to tell me what to do, how to eat, to sit up straight. You were just acting like you used to, and all it did was get on my nerves.
But I was only doing all of that because we were dating, right? I mean, everyone in school said that we were like husband and a wife, remember?
That was just what dumb little kids say. I was never once under the impression that we were dating. I don't think I ever could date someone like you, to be honest.
But why not? I'm beautiful and loyal, and I'm always taking care of you.
That's just it. You think you're all those things, but I never saw what you were doing as helpful. I always thought that you were just being way too fussy. And I was prepared to maintain a friendship with you, but now I know that's going to be impossible. Now, as my wife explained to you, we're on our honeymoon and don't want any unnecessary distractions.
Don't think that you've beaten me yet, you ugly sow. I haven't even shown you what I can really do. I will make Brian mine, do you hear me? I know him better than anyone, and I will make him fall in love with me.
What are you even talking about this time, Miranda?
I mean that Brian said he was going to try and hang out with our old classmates. Well, I am going to be at every single one of those meetups, and I will steal your husband from you.
Well, yes, he did say that he was going to try and make everyone hang out more often, but those plans have fallen, though. I'm afraid that you won't have any more chances to go after Brian anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, the plans fell through because Brian knocked me up while on our honeymoon. I decided to stop drinking when I started feeling weird while we were there, and I took a test when we got back home and it was positive.
So you're pregnant with Brian's baby?
That's right, and we're both overjoyed. But Brian reached out to his classmate and told them that he wouldn't be going out drinking while I'm pregnant. But all of his friends were very, very understanding and said that they can't wait till they can all hang out together another time.
But
This isn't fair. Why do you get to start a family with Brian while I'm just here, single? I don't know. That's probably something you should look inside yourself to find the answer to. Either do that or go talk to a therapist. Ugh, I hate you. I never want to hear from you again, and I certainly never want to see you as long as I live.
Deal. That actually sounds great to me, actually. Anyways, on that note, have a nice life. After that, I never ever heard from Miranda again. Brian, on the other hand, would still get messages from her asking if he wanted to go out and grab drinks with her. But he always told her that he wanted to be by my side in case I needed anything and avoided it that way. Brian even told me that Miranda started reaching to the other classmates, asking if they wanted to go out for a drink together. I hear she's basically blacklisted from any get-togethers now. Brian insists that she's a good person deep down, but just has a lot of issue. Frankly, I'm surprised that his heart is big enough to keep defending her. Either way, I just hope that one day Miranda wakes up and realizes the error of her ways. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.